What's up, everyone? This is Super Master, and welcome to 2026. It's time to release this video late, like I always do, of the top 5 games of insert game here. In this case, it is the top 5 games of 2025. We've gone past the halfway point, you know, and we're ready to talk about games. We had a lot of good ones last year. This time. So much so that I honestly could make a top 10 games of 2025, but we're not doing that because that would make this like a 3-hour-long video with the way I like to ramble and talk about stuff. But I'll just give a quick rundown. I'll give at least like the above 5. So like I'll give a quick like a rapid fire speed run, you know. So like coming in at number 10 would be Mage Arena. At number 9 it's RV there yet. Number 8 is Little Nightmares Free. Number 7 is 2 Point Museum, and number 6 would be Split Fiction. You know, those would have been those games that would have been like 6 to 10 if we did top 10, and we also got like, you know, some other various games. This could have been a top 16 games, you know, because there was also a game called Headliners, No I'm Not Human, R.E.P.O, Doom the Dark Ages, Darkwater, Still Wakes the Deep Sirens Rest, and yeah. So but now you know what games are not on the top 5. But speaking of which, I guess let's not waste any more time and willy-dallying anymore. You know, let's just rip out the gun, pull off the band-aid, and get right off. Starting off with number 5 of the top 5 games of 2025. Coming in at number 5 is Peak. This is a nice, simple, rather wholesome game, but it's surprisingly really fun. The concept's really simple that I don't think well, actually, it might have been done before, but I've never seen it done this cartoony and like with unique like challenges and stuff before. But it's literally just as simple as climb. We are climbing up the mountain. We're like cute little Boy Scout, Girl Scouts. We'll just go with scouts. We're scouts and we're just climbing the mountain. Not just one mountain, several mountains, all of which are different from each other and have their own unique challenges and stuff. You got ones that's just a normal simple mountain with jellyfish and stuff, another mountain with vines and poisonous plants, and then you got one that's all snowy and stuff, and then you got one that's like a literal volcano and stuff, you know. I keep saying and stuff, but yeah, this game was pretty nice. You know, I've played it with GCT. You know, played it with Lockie, Lake, and Tiani, and Ben. I think was there. Yeah, Ben was with us. You don't get Ben a whole lot, but yeah. But we had a nice time playing the game. You know, it's pretty funny, and I really like the art style. It's nice, simple, cartoony. You know, and you got all these like stuff that you gotta think about when you're climbing. Like you gotta eat, you gotta stay, you gotta take shelter when it's cold. You gotta obviously avoid lava. Lava is typically not a very good thing. and you have, it's really like strongly advised that you have to help each other, you know, pull each other up and stuff, and there's like lots of times where like you're in a situation where you're trying to climb the mountain and you really got to think and strategize with the tools that you have, and like, okay, what should we do? Should we maybe use this like this thing that we nail into the earth and hold on to that, or should we use the grappling hook and stuff? And yeah, and it's pretty good. And you don't even need to like play it, although I think it's a much more enjoyable way to play it with friends. But you can play alone, but and that's pretty challenging on its own. But otherwise, I don't really think I have anything else to say about this game. You know, it's just a simple climbing game, but yet it's nice. It's a nice It's funny. I will say though, the microphone. I love the microphones. I love that the microphone can like go distance and stuff, so you can like actually hear people like in the distance, and that sometimes causes some funny things to happen as well. It's a nice game. It's a really good game. Yeah, and that was number 5. So now that we're done with number 5, let's move on to number 4. Coming in at number 4 is Routine. You know how much I love my cosmic horror games. This game came out for a surprise for me. For others, not so much, because like this has been like, from what I understand, this was a game that's been underdeveloped for like 7, maybe even more years. Like it's been around for a long time, and people have been following it. Was not, but I remember watching Jack play the game, and I've come to like really enjoy it. And like from what I've learned, this was a game that was only developed by like 3 people, which is honestly like really impressive that you can manage to go like 7+ years working on this game with just 3 people, and it looks this good. Like it looks like a AAA game, you know? It's pretty cool. But yeah, like I really like the horror of it, you know, like you're being chased around by robots and stuff. And something else that I will not spoil it, I feel like it's better that you guys like go play for yourself and truly get the experience. And I really like the story behind it all. You know, they don't really outright tell you stuff, but there's hints of what the bigger picture is, like if you follow along with the notes and like really connect the dots and all the clues and what's going on and stuff. But generally, like you're on the moon, right? You're an astronaut that lives on the moon and stuff. And I think you're like, I don't know what the guy, the main character's true objective is, but yeah, he's something's gone wrong and on the moon. And yeah, it's really cool. The gun mechanic. I really like the gun mechanic of this game. How your main primary gameplay is like your multi-tool gun and stuff, right? And then it's got like several different uses and stuff. Like you can use it as a shock thing. You can use it as like a weird looking camera thing. You can use it to like open doors in a way. It's pretty cool. It's a unique twist for like the shooter. Except it's not really a shooter, you know. Like the closest thing to shooting it as an actual gun is like an electricity, but even that is just to be used as like as a stun mechanic for the robots and stuff. Speaking of the robots themselves are really cool. I really like their design and stuff, how they got like the skull stuff, and how menacing they are, just scanning, and like they chase after you Terminator style. And like the other thing that I will not describe, that thing was horrific. But I love the uniqueness of that. It took me a little bit to like get used to the design, but I slowly got used to it and stuff. And but yeah, like I don't really have much else to say, but this game was definitely a really good game. You know, I love the graphics. The graphics look great. The unique gameplay with the gun was really cool and unique. And I love the horror. And I like the backstory or the deeper story and what's happening. Yeah. So now that I'm done with number 4, let's move on to number 3. Coming in at number 3 is Blueprints. This was a game that I really liked. I never followed this. This is actually the first game where neither I know about it, nor do my friends know about it. I actually discovered this game. Well, my friends might know about it, but they don't really talk about it. But I actually discovered this game when I was watching animator and streamer Lindy B. You should check her out. She's fun to watch. And she was playing this game, and I thought the game looked really interesting and stuff, and I guess I do kind of have a soft spot for puzzle games. You know, I do like to test my mind from time to time, and yeah, this is a rather unique twist for for a puzzle game. You know, it's a very detective-y, like mystery sort of puzzle game. I mean, gameplay wise, the goal is simple, right? Make it all the way to the end of the house and stuff, right? And you gotta go, and to do that, you go through room to room, picking which room to build. Some rooms will help you out, others will be facing the wrong direction, and you gotta be really careful which rooms you gotta pick. And some rooms you can't build because you need either gold or diamond or maybe even steps, depending like it's very hugely puzzle based, right? And like you could end a run very easily by either running out of steps or having like a dead end room, like you can't move, it's impossible to move further, right? um but beside the whole simple premise of just getting from the end of the house, there's also a much more deeper like mystery to the whole entire story in general. So basically, your great grand uncle gave you this house, right? He died, and he was like, "Here, take my house, but you have to make it to the end of this thing. You can't keep the stuff that you keep every day unless you have a freezer. You can't." And you can only take this amount of steps, and you cannot stay in the house. You have to sleep outside, camp outside, and then try again the next day. And like, and you know, you got to go into each day thinking that today's probably not the day that you're going to reach to the very end. But it would be cool if you did, right? But I think it is also like beside the point of trying to get to the other side of the house, trying to get specific rooms that will help you like figure out like the grand scheme of the entire story is also like I reckon equally as important, because it's interesting, you know. I like the puzzle, and there's also like some puzzles, you know. There's some scenarios where you need a specific room, or you like have an item but you can only use it in this specific room, so you gotta really like pray to RNG gods to like get you to like, and there's a lot of strategy involved, and it's pretty cool. I do like this game, you know. um yeah, and I don't think there's anything else I can really say about the backstory. I will say, actually, that I, in terms of the actual puzzles themselves, I like how they don't like hold your hand, you know? Like they don't simplify it. They really like, you really got to pay attention. In fact, there's one room, I can't remember which room it is, that the note literally says write things down, cuz we're not going to hold your hand, you know? Like, yeah, it's important that you keep track of every minute detail, because that detail might help you in the foreseeable future somehow, you know, like a code to a lock, or maybe a room, you need a room to like do this specific thing for this other room, and like, yeah, you know, yeah, it's cool. It's a really unique puzzle game, and I like it a lot. Yeah, I haven't finished it yet, so I don't know the full story yet, so please don't spoil it for me. But I'll be sure to play it more. It would be a cool streaming game, but I don't know. Yeah, but anyways, yeah, I think that's all I have to say for Blueprints. Yeah, very interesting, like detective story of the whole thing, the puzzle mechanics of the rooms and everything are cool, and yeah, it's a cool game. It's a really cool game. So now that we're done with number 3, let's move on to number 2. Coming in at number 2 is Primal Planet. If you've been following my channel, you've probably seen me watch me play this game, and I've really liked it. I really liked the art style and the gameplay. I don't really play these like 2D like pixelated jump around scroller games like like Hollow Knight and the other one with the bug lady. I forgot what it's called. But it was really fun. I really enjoyed playing this and stuff. I liked the combat. Shift and run to dodge them and like attack them. And what I really liked, which I feel like this might make it stand out from other 2D like combat games like similar to this, is that Primal Planet, other than being dinosaur based and stuff, but what I really like about it is that it kind of has this Far Cry Primal approach, where like you gather resources and then you go to a campfire and you craft those items to like get you good stuff. So there'll be a lot of times where you want to plan to go somewhere, but there'll be like specific things that like would be in it, like maybe there's like a waterfall and there's like vines and stuff to get through them, so you need to craft like spark powder or something, or maybe you go in there and like the place is really poisonous, so you need to craft an antidote. So then you have to go around and look and gather those specific resources. Or maybe it's just a case of like you need food to help heal you, so you go out hunting random dinosaurs and stuff, and also collect their bones, so you could throw little bone shards and stuff. I do like that it's encouraging you to play this sort of hunter gathering role and stuff, as well as boosting your XP, the whole campfire, and upgrading your skills. It's just really cool. It's really unique. In terms of the story, it's really simple and basic, but I think it does the job done. You're a caveman. You gotta go save your daughter, as well as other tribesmen, people of the tribe. And I do like how it's co-op, but it's not like a simple co-op where it's like you and the other players just another caveman. No, they had the interesting idea to make the second player you play as a Sinosauropteryx. Unfortunately, I never had the true experience to really feel what it feels like to play with a second player. I had played it all alone. No one else wanted to play with me. So I had no idea how it really feels to like be the Sinosauropteryx. I don't know if it feels different, or if you're purely reliant, because you can upgrade the Sinosauropteryx, but only as player 1. So I don't know if you're player 2, have no idea whether or not you have your own points, or if you're purely reliant on player 1 to give you upgrades. So in a way, you could play this game with another person, and player 1, the person you're playing with who's playing as the caveman, could just completely screw you over and make you play like Dark Souls like level of difficulty and never upgrade your little Sinosauropteryx. Yeah. But I like the representation of dinosaurs and other prehistoric creatures. They added some lesser known animals in there and stuff. Some of it was really simplified, but I do like speculating what some of them were. Yeah, and the boss battles themselves were actually surprisingly really fun. I really did like, needing to like dodge around, like throw spears and stuff like that. And yeah, it was generally, Primal Planet is generally a really good time. I really liked this game. Um, I haven't finished this, so if you guys want me to continue playing this game, just simply say it in the comments. But yeah. That's all I have to really say about Primal Planet. Really nice art style, simple but fun combat, and the dinosaurs are cool. I think that's the main drawing point, really. Yeah. So now that we're done with number 2, it is time to discuss the number 1 best game of 2025. I mean, can you really be surprised? Coming in at number one is Jurassic World Evolution 3. And for those that might have been following me for a long, long while back, you might remember that I said that Jurassic World Evolution 2 was my favorite game of all time, right? So does this mean that it's different now? I'd say so. I definitely say so. Evolution 3 absolutely raises the bar so much more now. You know, uh, like there's a lot of things that I really like about Evolution 2. Because if anyone remembers, the reason why I liked Evolution 2 so much before is because it felt so natural, and it already brought revolutionized the Jurassic World games by adding in aquariums and pterosaurs and stuff, right? And so now they put up a step further and add even more stuff for this third edition. Could it have been like a DLC or something for Evolution 2? Probably not, because there is like one other thing, which I will get to that as well. But like the fact that they added male variants of dinosaurs, and you can clearly see, very distinctively see, which dinosaurs do have sexual dimorphism, which I also really like, but not all of them. Some of them just look. Some of them might have slight details that give away the gender, but they're like very very well hidden. But some of them are really really obvious. And of course, babies. They added baby dinosaurs, and for if again, if you've been following my channel, you would know that I made dinosaur documentaries and stuff, right? And before I already said that the opportunities that I would have to make dinosaur documentaries for Evolution 2 were pretty good. In fact, you've seen it. I've made 6 of them. No. Um, and so now with the addition of baby dinosaurs and sexual dimorphism, I have even more opportunities, and that comes in. Now then we move on to the next thing that I really like about this game. The building of this game is bloody awesome. I love, like, if you've been following my franchise, I keep saying, not to toot my, not to make myself seem like a narcissist, right? To constantly like referring to my channels, but like if you've been watching my stuff, you may have seen that I really like to build these speed builds and stuff in my playthrough, and I've been having a really good time. Some of my best builds, that I personally think are in this game. I've built some really cool stuff, and I've seen other people cool stuff. I don't want to make it all about me. I'll go ahead and praise other people's builds and stuff. I've seen Evolution Squares. Is that? Yeah, I think that's her. That's where her channel's name is. And I'll be honest. I don't think I've watched Gaming Beavers play or Best in Slots gameplay of Evolution 3, but I've definitely seen other people's builds, and you can really build some really cool things, um I've built, I've really happy with some of the, it's a very artistic game, and as someone who is an artist, I like to draw stuff. This is like, it's really peaceful, aside from the dinosaurs and stuff. Just in general, building the enclosures is just, I don't know, something so satisfying about spending all this time like getting into very distinctive details, and then finally seeing like how all the terrain tools and the meticulously placing rocks here and there, and then and you come out with the final piece and it looks really really cool, and the dinosaurs end up really enjoying it, and like it just ends up becoming this really cool enclosure. And yeah, I've really liked the building mechanics of this game. Yeah, and in terms of the campaign is also really fun as well. Even though some sections May have been more shorter than others, but you know what? That's fine. I guess that's a good reason for the game to you know. It's good that it makes you shorter because then you get to other zones, parts of the campaign much more faster. But in general, the campaign itself is actually surprisingly really fun. You know, I mean, compared to like Evolution 2's campaign, which was like super short and like felt more like a tutorial than like. I mean, in this case, I mean, I guess this game is also basically like a tutorial if in the terms of this campaign, but like it feels much more natural, you know. uh, but yeah, I don't know, but I've I've really liked this game. Yeah, it's definitely my new favorite now. I mean, obviously, when you compare it to Evolution 2, you know, of course, with all the praise that I gave that game, logically this would become the next new favorite. And yeah, I'm just digging to like I'm even now I'm like thinking about cool stuff to build for an enclosure and stuff, you know. And I will address the elephant in the room, and that I haven't. By the time I uploaded this video, I haven't really continued making more evolution free videos, and like I do want to play the game, but the thing is that Frontier hasn't updated their game yet. Um, and that's my worry is that if I start playing now and then suddenly like the next day when I'm not even halfway through the campaign of Malta, and they go like we're announcing this DLC that we're releasing tomorrow. So, oh, I guess I gotta stop midway through the Malta section, I guess. So I'm just gonna wait until I don't know how long it'll take. There's something going on over at Frontier. I think Universal's doing something weird with their with the Jurassic World franchise. I don't know what is going on. But as soon as Frontier adds just a update, even if it's just a free dinosaur update, and I'll get back to filming, you know. But until then, yeah. But in other words, yeah, I've really, really, really liked this game. You know, I like the baby dinosaurs. I like the sexual dimorphism. I love the building mechanisms, and I love the new dinosaurs that they added. Even though I will admit, the new dinosaur roster was like fairly lacking in some sections. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that I don't love it. Of course, I love seeing like dinosaurs like Protoceratops and Guanlon, Lokiceratops, Psittacosaurus, yada yada yada, and added to the game. And Kuya Ojara is cool too, but I just really felt like they really didn't had any new. We only had one new pterosaur species, and not even and nothing for marine reptiles. So I'm hoping later down the line they do something for the marine reptiles, because I don't know. But we even then we still had some cool stuff for the marine reptiles as well. You know, obviously the baby stuff, but also with the new building mechanism, lagoons looks you can make way cooler looking lagoons now compared to like Evolution 2's lagoons, which kind of like almost dull and boring, even with the aquarium, the marine reptiles update. Forgot what it was called. But yeah, anyways, I think that's all I really have to say about this game. Yeah. I'm crossing my fingers and hoping that Frontier updates their game again. But until then, this is definitely not only my best game for last year, but my favorite game in general. Yeah. Oh man. In regards to what I would do while I wait for Evolution 2 to make their next update, I don't know. I got a few things. I got a few videos that I got saved up in my hard drive that I can make a video of, and I got some cool ideas that I won't disclose right away. But I got cool ideas for videos that are dinosaur related. And yeah, but also like if you guys wanted to see me play something, you know, just say it and then I'll look into it, you know, or even like go back to like if you want me to go back to filming some more like Zoocosis or Primal Planet, you know, because I kind of stopped midway through playing Primal Planet to play Jurassic World Evolution 3. But yeah, anyways, yeah, but until then, yeah, that's the top 5 games of 2026. I'll see you next time. Until then, I'm Super Marcel. Make sure you have a super time. Bye bye.